the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Science and Technology, is no other than Honorable Matthew Tsekiri. Well then, we've been expecting him, and here is in the studio. It's a pleasure to have you join us.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Very much welcome.
Congratulations, Francis. Of course, we know what the week is.
Yeah. International Space Week.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's been on from 4th, and then it took us on the 10th.
10th, yes.
And we do know that we cannot talk about this without having you here. Because when we think about you, we think about science, we think about
technology.
Correct.
All right, let's do it the Delta way. Let's go straight to Delta rather than talking about the international scene.
Yeah.
But let's just have an overview of science and technology right here in Delta State. Let's have it from the Commissioner.
Yeah, the Ministry of Science and Technology is a very great ministry.
Okay.
And it was actually created in 2015. It was actually a department under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry before it was made a directorate, then now a ministry. I think right now the ministry is doing very great. We have over 5 departments,
Okay.
and is functioning very well. And we've managed to build the ministry to a level where we know that it's going to improve the standard of science, technology, and innovation in Delta State. We're doing a lot of programs to actually showcase what science is all about, what technology is all about, and what innovation is all about. I know definitely we're going to actually finish well. We had some bit of a challenge.
Okay.
It's a world issue in regards to what's happening right now, the COVID-19 pandemic. It has actually slowed down our programs we had this year, but we're still trying to make sure that we can finish well and make sure that our plans this year are very much successful. So definitely the Ministry of Science and Technology is actually moving to a very greater height.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's actually really good to hear, because 1 year into this, you've been 1 year in office.
Yes.
Okay. And you actually hopeful in spite of the COVID-19 impact. Certainly, you definitely will get to the projection.
Yes.
Now let's look at the role, of your ministry and Delta State. So far within the 1 year, what is the impact like really?
Yeah, if you look at the time back in Delta States in terms of science and technology,
Okay.
a lot of activities, even in the civil service and also in general in the states, are merely done in an analog way.
Okay.
But right now we're trying to move it into a digital form where most activities be done electronically. In terms of our financial systems, right now we're using a good financial system where you don't need to pick up a check, or you don't need to wait for so long for the civil servants to receive the salary. We have a good SAP system that is making payments easy and faster. So all these are technologies, all these are brought into the states based on technology, and technology has actually improved the way of things, even the way of communication, the way of reaching out, sending messages. A lot of civil servants now are able to send emails. They don't need to move from one office to the other to pass information. They can easily just drop emails because we have internet connectivity even in Asaba right now. So technology is doing great, is improving the facilities, is improving the performance, is also making sure that things are done efficiently. So changes can be seen based on technology.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just last month, the Delta Smart TV news crew had an interview with you where you expressed support and appreciation to the governor on the smart city.
Yeah.
Would you tell us more about that?
Yes, I want to especially thank Senator Dr. Okowa. He's a governor that has actually created an impact in Delta State for just 5 years. he has actually come in with a vision. He has built every aspect of the state, not just focusing on one particular sector. He's done great with road, he has done great with housing, and he's also doing very great in regards to science and technology. Right now, we have a lot of programs, like I earlier told you, in regards to improving our youths on ICT. The program is going to commence in a month's time, and we're looking at training over 630 youths in ICT.
Wow.
This is going to create employment, is also going to make them being self-employed, and if we can get 630 youths, empower them in ICT, in trainings where they can be on their own, they can be self-employed, and also employ other people that will work under them. You can see the rate which we are going to bring in the reduction of being having a lot of our youths not doing anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to improve employment, and if you can target the youths and you can give them what to do, that will bring security in the society. So the state governor is actually targeting the youths, making sure that from the age of 18 to 40, it gives them the opportunity to make earnings on their own, to create also, like I just said, employment. So I know definitely it's a gradual process.
Yes.
It's a gradual process. So definitely, if you look at what is happening right now, we have a lot of our youth just roaming about, doing nothing. And this area of ICT is very, very important. So that's why the governor has said, okay, fine. The Ministry of Science and Tech should concentrate on creating programs that will bring in employment. So we're going to commence the training. It's going to be a training that will be done in Asabaya at the Innovation Hub. We have an Innovation Hub, Delta State Innovation Hub, and we've actually drawn out all the programs.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to make sure that in a week's time, we start all the process of selection.
Okay.
And the selection process is going to be based on merits.
Okay.
Based on merits. Yes. So they're going to pass through a CBT process, computer-based test. That's the meaning of CBT. They're going to do that, and they're going to also do an oral interview. So we're going to pick the best 630 students that will partake in that program.
Does it have does it have age brackets or?
Yeah, I've just said it is between the age of 18 and 40. I said it earlier on.
I like the emphasis.
Yes.
Because I can trust the government though, because
Yeah.
the last time they had such plan to recruit teachers, it was a very smooth exercise.
Correct.
So I said, believing that there's confidence that your ministry would have a lot of transparency and smooth flow.
Yes.
That's ongoing.
That's what the government is all about.
Yes.
So I want to encourage our youths that are very much interested in ICT. We're also going to bring in other, not just ICT training courses on web development, mobile development, networking. Not only that, we're also going to train people on CCTV installation, solar installation with inverters and batteries. We're also going to train our youth on access controls, door access controls, and also vehicle access controls, alarm systems for detecting burglars and all that. We're going to actually have a full package where when you go through this training, you can come out and say, yes, I am qualified to be an entrepreneurial person, to work on my own, to be self-employed.
Yeah.
you can also create jobs after you go through this training, and the government is going to provide a starter pack after the training for those trainees.
Okay, I was actually coming to that.
Yeah, it's going to provide
the window period like training.
For the training. Yeah, some courses depends on the courses you want to take. Some courses are for 3 months, other ones are for 4 months. I think the advanced networking is for 5 months.
Okay.
And definitely, because of the...
It's absolutely free.
It's absolutely free, yes.
Wow.
100% free.
So if
They are not spending a dime.
You can't give it a try.
No, if you are above 40, no.
You want to use a
Yes, that is why the program is actually called ICT Youth Empowerment Program. ICT YEP.
Okay.
So it's for youths, and we don't want to hit it too high, because at 40 you should be wise. So I don't
want to even go to the full at 40 session.
Exactly. At 40 you should be wise.
But let's be precise on the date, though. You said next month.
Yes, we're actually doing the selection right now for the trainers. Okay. And from this month, we're going to send information for the trainees to start applying. And we know that application process, selection process, especially when you don't really know how many numbers are going to apply, so you give a range of time. We're not going to say, on the 15th of next month we're going to commence. No.
Okay.
We've actually given ourselves a period of time. If we can do the process, we've given ourselves a month for the selection process. But if we can finish in 3 weeks or in 2 weeks for the selection process, then we fix the date exactly when we're going to commence. The date for the classes has been fixed. We've not fixed the date yet for the opening ceremony. So we want to make sure that we have a window. So probably by next week we should fix a date for the opening ceremony. We've not fixed it yet. And I need to also discuss issues like that, because we want to make sure that the excellency is actually present. And we need to then look at his program and his timetable, his diary and availability in terms of when he can be part of the opening ceremony. And when we fix the dates, we will make sure we let the public know. But the ceremony is just going to be for the trainees that will be selected.
All right.
So we are not targeting, outside people to be part of the ceremony. So definitely, if we can complete our selection process on time, then we fix the date for the opening ceremony.
Our commissioner is actually sweating in the studio.
The AC is not on.
The AC is not on.
We need to make sure that next time we get it sorted out.
Oh no,
Thank
it's
you very
actually
much.
working, but there's some reasons why it's not on.
Got broken down.
No, it's not breaking down. Actually, it's just it gets a little noisy. So
Moving noise.
Tend to manage the noise. That's why.
That's
But now I do know that in all of this, it's not easy as a Chilean to actually get youth into the ICT beat, and of course to train them. The governor is actually doing his big, the state government, to ensure that our youths are engaged. That's encouraging, and that's in tune with the smart agenda, which is the driving force of the administration. So
for a stronger Delta.
Getting everyone, compliant in terms of ICT, especially with the advent of COVID-19 and the need to have a technological cap on. Now it's actually key, but I do know that there are also bottlenecks. Bottlenecks in ensuring that you have benefits here and there, the borders on science and technology. Now, in the course of the 1 year you've actually worked and you're still working, are there challenges you perceived that's to do with youth or generally?
Yeah, of course. In anything you must face some challenges. Definitely there are going to be some like when we're actually trying to reach out in getting arrangements on how we can run our program for the youth empowerment, right? We made some feasibility studies, and we tried to reach out to most youths that we communicate with. The challenge I saw was that some of these youths that wants to be part of this program are actually not able to qualify because we had we had a stipulated criteria for the program. Okay, we in the program for the self-employed, because we divided the program into two. One is self-employed program, which I mentioned some of the courses under self-employed program, which is like the CCTV, the solar panel, and installation, and also the access control installations. These were categorized into a program where we called it self-employed. And we also had another program for startup. It's for advanced startups. This is mainly advanced IT courses. So we had, we actually did a scaling where those that want to do self-employed should have a minimum credential educational qualification of OND. And that of the startup, advanced startup, is the minimum qualification is HND or BSc equivalent degree from polytechnic or from a university. So we found that a lot of these youths are actually just the certification they have is just SSC, secondary school.
Challenge there.
And after secondary school, maybe they got involved into working in a small ICT
cyber cafe.
Yeah. Exactly. And they are so much interested in this program. So, but this is just the pilot. This is just the pilot. So a lot of them are so much interested in it. They've contacted me and they've said, okay, we are interested. They have the experience. They've been in. Some of them have been doing programming. And it's a big challenge for us to bring them in because we've actually set the standard. So I think that issue will be resolved or will be looked into from the next phase.
If I want to stand, in the gap for them, I would say that many of them have a lot of time to learn how to operate the computer system or how to be ICT compliant due to their experience actually in the field. And sometimes the educational sector tends to delay a little bit from people learning about the ICT world. So I would like to even appeal to you more so to see if you can be all-inclusive about people like this in the future. But then let's talk about challenges. I know that the government is almost handicapped if it doesn't partner well with entrepreneurs in the society. How has your ministry partnered with entrepreneurs? I saw something back in August. You represented the governor to handle one West commissioned West Hub. Yes. Are there more plans to have more partnership with several private groups of this nature?
Yes, very correct. We've been doing that. That's why you saw what we did with Westgate.
Yes,
and
Westgate.
So many HP and so many other companies, even indigenous companies. Okay, we have a lot of plans, to collaborate with a lot of private sectors. But the problem we had this year was that of COVID-19. A lot of businesses were shut down. We had few months to implement what we had, the plans we had this year. But, after the shutdown was actually lifted up, was eased up, that was when you saw we had that collaboration with Westgate. And also we had a collaboration yesterday with a company from China. It's called ZT Teco. They are into software, into identification management, and into even hardware. They are a major OEM. Yesterday, yes.
Okay, now so we're actually rounding off. We want you to speak on the theme for the year 2020 is World Space Week, and the theme is actually apt. Is satellite improves life.
Improves life.
Yes. Improves life. Yes.
Improves life. Yeah.
So that's the thing. So I wanted to speak on that really, and let's feel your pause on space and Nigeria, space and Delta States, space and technology, however you want to take it.
Thank you very much. Yeah, the theme for this year, for the World Space Week. Yeah, the World Space Week is from the 4th of October to the 10th. Yes, they actually picked those two dates because on the 4th was when the first satellite was actually launched in 1957. Okay. And on the 10th of October, that's 4th of October, was the date where we speak because of the first satellite that was launched. And the 10th of October, 1967, was the date for when a treaty was actually made on the satellite's launch. So that's why they picked the 4th of October and the 10th. So they made it 1 week for World Space Week. So when you talk about space, and when you talk about the theme for this week, which is satellite improves life, satellite has actually improved the advancement in technology. Okay. We have a lot of satellites that helps us in providing even what we are doing right now. Our viewing system, the television, is helped by satellites. Even our mobile phones we use in communicating, Google Map, is satellites. Right now we have a navigation system. In those days, if I want to go to maybe Lagos and visit someone in Ikeja, on my way going to Lagos, I will be stopping by to ask, where do I need to go? Where do I need to go? What direction? But no, I don't need to do that. I just go into my GPS system, even Google on my phone, just on my phone, and just put in the address. It takes you right to where you're going. You don't need to ask a question. It takes you right to the door of who you're going to meet. You don't need to call him. You don't need to tell him to show you direction.
It tells you if you're on foot.
Yes, it tells you. So it takes you straight to where you're going. So all these are satellites. That's why the theme for this year is satellite improves life. And the National Union of Assembly that actually makes up they control the organization of the board of satellite week celebration in every year. You know, next year is satellite for women.
Yeah, that's true.
So you smile. So when I encourage women to come into technology, okay, to go to space and all that. So it's very interesting.
Yes,
it's very interesting. Thank you very much.
It's a delight to have you. The viewers delight, There's so much to share, and you're just giving it to us, and we don't want you to go, but time is ticking, and
I'll come back again. But when I come back next time, you're gonna have your AC working.
But I want to encourage you too. I want to encourage you too, sir, because
when you said making too much noise.
When you said you had something yesterday, I wanted to ask you if Delta Broadcasting Service was right there.
No.
Because we didn't know. It came as a surprise.
Visit. Yeah, we didn't.
So henceforth we'll keep
in touch. Yes,
keep in touch.
Keep in touch. Yes.
It's a pleasure to have
you. Thank you very much.
Join us again. We've been interacting with Honorable Matthew Tsekiri. He is no other than the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Science and Technology, Delta States. It's a delight to have him, and we want to have him again because there's lots to share, and we want to have updates of it. And of course, Delta Broadcasting Service certainly is excited to key in with his vision. A pleasure again.
Thank you very much.
It's morning.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you very much.
Good morning.
Yeah.
We'll be back shortly this day.
All right.